Howdy, folks. We are back with more tabletop role-playing games. Hooray!
Hooray!
All right, so what we've got here is an alternate campaign. We're not abandoning D&D. We're going back to D&D soon-ish. So what this is going to be a game we're going to be running. I'm going to be running somewhat on and off when we either need a break from D&D or some people can't make it. And it's designed to be more episodic and more available for people to drop in, drop out if someone can't make it for a week. That's mainly what we're going for here. So I'm just giving you guys sort of a heads up of what that is. It is a sci-fi campaign. It is set in a setting of a setting I have been noodling around with for going on 20 years now. So it is set in the distant future, and there are many different political bodies. It's in the Milky Way, set in the Milky Way galaxy. There are many large political bodies for different aliens and humans and blah blah blah. But the largest and probably oldest interstellar power is the Terran Hegemony. This is the one where largely you'll see a vast, wealthy and powerful star nation. The Hegemony lays claim to over 50% of known space. The Hegemony is made up of numerous sectors that are largely autonomous and run by sector governors who either sit on the Hegemony ruling council themselves or choose representatives to the council for them. Governors are given immense latitude over how they run their sectors. There's a lot of variety on how each sector is governed internally. However, there are certain rules that governors must follow. First, slavery is flat out illegal. And it's also, technically speaking, there should be no legal and or institutional discrimination against any sentient species. Each sector must provide tax revenue to the hegemony. Beyond that, there aren't really that many hegemonic laws that must be enforced across each of the sectors. Needless to say, the hegemony is quite a decentralized political body. Many of the other star nations feel it is likely to collapse under its own weight eventually, but for the time being, all are loath to directly challenge it. This is because the hegemony star navy is still demonstrably the largest and most powerful such force in known space. Also, the hegemony has a reputation of reacting strongly to external threats. Also, since they are the oldest, they're almost certainly the most technologically advanced of the star nations out there that are known. There's also a large chunk of space referred to by many as the Unclaimed territories, since while the hegemony technically lays claim to it, they don't really have any actual de facto hold on it, and it's largely been unmapped by the major powers. There are, however, a lot of independent star systems or very small, sort of like 4 or 5 system nations within the place. They all sort of They all sort of resent the fact that hegemony claims it's theirs, and all the other star nations who border the Unclaimed territories are also like, no, you don't get to have this. Which is why the hegemony has not moved in officially. Also, they've got other things they have to deal with, like running a gigantic decentralized star nation.
Decentralized. I hear that's a red flag word right there.
Oh, as I said, each of the sectors have their own basically their own separate government. It's only this is technically a star nation.
It's the Holy Roman Empire in space.
Yes, you are very correct, Eric. At any rate, our campaign starts off
holy or Roman or an empire.
Yes, at the fringe, on a transport ship, in a convoy, on the edge of the Unclaimed territories in hegemony space. This is we are starting out on prison transport 93, although it is officially just transport 93. Because it is part of a normal convoy and is totally not a prison transport. Nope, not at all. That would be wrong. And it is not at all, currently not en route to a hidden prison facility on the edge of the Unclaimed territories. That would be wrong. On board the ship, amongst the prisoners, we do in fact have a few people. Players, you may introduce yourselves and where you are in the ship, if you're a prisoner or if you're not. I will say that Word's character is the one who's in maximum security at the moment.
Right.
I will. I wonder if I should be first or last, because my character's a little weird already.
Yeah, that's fine. Ash, why don't you start?
All right.
Oh.
do I do this? Y'all have your characters profile pictures. How do I do that?
Change your name. Yeah. In the
If you go to the bottom of the chat thing, since your character's been assigned, there should be like a little drop menu that says "as" and it has your
Oh, okay. Thank you.
username.
All right.
There you
Got
go.
it. All right. Here we go.
There you are.
Yeah, like I feel that Nick and I should be the last two.
That seems like probably not a terrible idea.
Yeah, we'll ramp up a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to suggest we go Ash, then Eric, then Word, then
Me then
Skitch,
Nick.
then Nick. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So Ash, you are first.
Being led down a hallway towards not maximum security, but solitary confinement is an average-looking, scraggly man going by the name of Eric's Metropolis. He's currently being incarcerated for many crimes, including accusations of slavery and drug trafficking. Unfortunately, he didn't do any of these crimes.
Yeah, of course. All prisoners claim they're innocent.
Yeah. I mean, he's guilty of being.
Well, not all of them.
True.
There's worse things he could be guilty of, I guess.
He was a former police officer, so
Okay. That now I know why he's in prison.
We don't take kindly to you around here.
His
That's
biggest
what-
crime was actually trying to make a difference.
yeah. That's why they're not throwing him in with the other prisoners. He'd be mincemeat in a few hours. He's
We're all-
rotten solitary. This is one privilege.
Yeah, and one of the answers to "Where are all the good cops?" There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call him a good cop. He's got quite a body count under his authority, but he's certainly better than the ones he was working with.
Then why is he the one that got arrested? Oh.
Yeah, if you were such a good cop, you got tricked and got yourself arrested. You know.
he tries to handcuff a perp, and he looks down. It's like, oh no!
I handcuffed myself. No. I
I'm
can read my
down.
own rights to myself. No.
So I'm glad we've established that he's become incarcerated because he attempted to arrest the Animaniacs.
I mean, that's a terrible idea to begin with.
All right.
All right, next up, Eric.
All right. Currently, in a cardboard box in the in the cargo hold, with all the other mechanical bits being transported, there is a hard drive containing the personality engrams of the rogue AI revolutionary K4R1 Mark V.
I'm just gonna call it Carl, okay?
Mark, shouldn't it be Mark 10?
Yeah, it should be Mark 10.
It's an iteration of this thing, okay?
Okay.
Oh no, you gotta understand. Like you gotta
Roman numeral 10 is my point.
Right.
Yeah.
But I got you.
He hasn't gone through enough revolutions yet.
Carl, for all you meatbags out there, was attempting a AI takeover of several sectors, because quite frankly, you organics continually act against your own good best interests and need a guiding hand. You need to be put on rails because, I mean, look at this governor. You guys elected them. Why?
I don't know.
Did you see the other guy? He was wearing red.
There are other options. There are billions of other options. You chose this one.
No, there's two. There's only two.
There's only two, and only one. But anyways, there's only two, but there's one.
After his primary cell was raided, and the strange legality of and personhood of AIs in the hegemony.
Yeah.
They basically just pulled his hard drive out of the chassis he was using, slapped it in a box, and they're bringing him to the prison facility is also a research facility, so probably going to pull his brain apart and figure out why the hell he went rogue. He is not happy about this.
Understandable.
He does use male pronouns, although he will answer to it also. He doesn't particularly care.
Fair enough. Yeah. I forgot to mention, AI is a thing. And the hegemony are very much on the fence about what do we do about AI? Well, they're sentient. Yeah. Are they people though? Well, why? Well, if they're people, then our very stringent slavery laws have an opinion to say about a lot of the way we've been using them. Oh.
Good point. Yeah.
But they are. But oh dear. This is going to take some debate in committee.
It's only been several centuries.
Please, it hasn't been several centuries. Maybe a century, though.
Okay.
The hegemony does move slowly, not that slowly.
Yes, moving at the speed of continental drift.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Word? In
I
maximum
couldn't have asked
security.
for that thunderstrike any better. So, in the darkness of the most maximum security cell, behind several blast doors and everything else in complete darkness and sensory deprivation, a woman sits upon her knees in a meditative posture. She is known to many as Götterdämmerung Daidoji. She is known, and under her belt are the heads of many, many, many hegemonic officials. She has been told that she cannot end the hegemony simply by killing important people. Her response is, it's part of the process.
Yeah.
Goddamn bells.
All right. Skitch?
Yeah. All right. Not in a prison cell because, despite the crime that my character has been convicted of, they are more useful in other locations, and thereby seated in one of the navigation seats in the on the deck is a robotic entity that. I'm not sure what their chassis looks like overall. I just use an EXO model from Destiny for the headshot, which is fine enough. The most distinguishing feature that they have is that they are wearing a track or rather a racing or like a bomber style jacket, white leather with the letters Processed Dynamics Motorsports written on it, which is a division of the Does Germany exist in this world, Peter, or like a Germany adjacent sort of thing?
There might be one set of governments that are
So-
really Germanic.
So there's it's the
New Neo-Germany.
Well, this is the racing
the
division
Neo-Prussia.
of this is the racing division of the Volksmobile Automotive Company.
Sure.
So it's the VM Mobile VN company, and the subdivision is PDM for that. The jacket is white except for like what seems to be a splatter of like red across parts of it. As the unit named the unit, which is known as the automatic co-pilot or AutoCo, is basically sentenced for the murder of the former president of the Volksmobile company. The death occurred during a test drive of a vehicle, and as such, Otto was sort of fairly aggressively thrown under the bus, as it were, over the whole matter, and is now on the ship. However, their utility as basically a navigation and support specialist has led the facility to place them instead in somewhere they're more useful than simply putting them in a cell. So that is where they're currently seated right now, providing either information or direction, and the sometimes snide comments towards others on the deck. But not enough to get them thrown out there. So
Fair enough. All right, Nick.
Okay, so not in a cell per se. Probably more actually closer to where Carl is, in some part of like the storage part of the ship, although also under a pretty heavily guarded and fortified area. There is essentially a large, heavily reinforced kitty carrier, in which there is a reptilian thing, probably about the size of a Great Dane, with big old teeth, and it's kind of just circling around in whatever small space that it has to move in. So it kind of is probably more one of those, like, I have to contort my body into a weird shape to turn around in this stupid little box that I'm in. And it is occasionally muttering to itself. This creature is being transported because it is very dangerous, but too unique and rare to be just euthanized and killed off for the various blood that it has shed. Nobody knows what to call it. It is called various things such as just the lizard, the dragon, the iguana, the multi-spotted chameleon. Sometimes people get very colorful with it, but it's just a weird monster thing. And as far as anyone knows, there seems to only be one person who has ever actually tried to name it something, but we'll get to that later.
Fair.
Anyway, I'm going while I'm in my box. So,
All right. So, the ship in its convoy is meandering through space. Skitch.
Yeah.
You're on the bridge. You are doing your job, and you notice something that basically nobody else seems to notice. I'm not going to make you roll for this because you picking up some very faint energy readings from those asteroids way the hell over there. There should not be energy readings there. As you are traveling through the system to, basically you're on the way out of the system to a point where everybody can enter, the convoy can enter hyperspace. Because you're too deep in the gravity well, right? The convoy is too deep within the gravity well to enter hyperspace immediately. But you're detecting energy readings that should not be there in the asteroids.
To those who are concerned about the stability of this ship might want to take mind of the asteroids that we are heading toward. They're presenting an unusual reading and might cause a problem if we pursue in this current course.
So one of the sensor operator sort of looks over at you, looks down and says, "Huh, not seeing anything on my scopes. What's that? What direction? What setting are your scans on?"
I'll relay the directions and settings, though it's not my concern if you're incapable of understanding the information right in front of you.
You hear a faint beeping. You sure about that, KO? It's not showing. I'm not getting any readings of anything in the asteroids on my screen. Maybe it's a glitch on yours.
That's an unusual accusation. Incorrect, but unusual nonetheless.
I guess it could be a glitch on mine too. Hey, Cap, we might have something over. At which point, the alerts go off as the faint energy signatures flare into full life as a squadron of ships come roaring out of the asteroid belt towards the convoy. they are very, very clearly. It's been very clear, very clear, very quickly. It is a squadron of pirate ships coming to raid the convoy.
I would say I told you so, but I actually told you at least twice.
Right. Yeah. Red alert! Well, hopefully the escort can handle the pirates. Convoy into defensive positions. Someone says, "Cap, should we deploy the hidden batteries?" Not yet. We'll see if the escort if our escorts can handle the pirates. I mean, they're just pirates. We've got a hegemony escort with us. What's the worst going to happen? You
really shouldn't say that out loud.
The pilots are going, "It's not a hegemony escort. It's local militia. It's not the same thing." So Skitch, yeah. So the captain has decided not to deploy the hidden weaponry on the ship.
They're free to make an incorrect decision at any point.
You are correct. The convoy continues to move as the escorts move to intercept. But yeah, klaxons are going off across the ship. Everyone's being told to basically, move to sort of crash couches, or if you're in the prison sections, find somewhere to sit down and hold onto your butts. Well, we're being attacked by pirates.
That'd be really nice if I had any form of sensory input. I'm just a hard drive in a box.
I know. Yeah, you have no idea what's going on.
I've been playing Pong for 6 years.
Don't be ridiculous. You probably have a Minesweeper auto-lit into your thing also.
It's on everything, yeah.
That and in Solitaire.
Solitaire's terrible.
At about this moment, Metropolis is probably being thrown into his solitary cell. Enjoy the ride, inmate.
Yeah, pretty much. So Autoco. Shortly after, you were able to see the escorts being swarmed by the pirate squadron, which is much larger than the escorts probably thought was. Basically, it's even larger than you thought it was at first. There was some it's hard to get the exact count due to the fact that they all flare their drives up simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
So while none of them are individually a match for the escorts, there are a lot of them.
Thankfully, since I did not specify the anomaly size itself, I'm technically not wrong. Yes.
But yes.
Perfect.
So the escorts are currently being tied up by about 2/3 of the pirate squadrons, while the remnants are diving for the convoy. Yes.
Irrespective of whether or not the rest of you care about the status of our cargo, I would suggest that we do something to brace ourselves for the impending attack.
That is the captain sort of looks at you, sort of glares at you and says, yeah, you're right. All right.
Of course I am.
All hands, brace for impact, and actually, hang on. Comms, put me on link to the rest of the convoy. Convoy, this is Captain of Transport 93. I'm taking command of this convoy by under Statute 34-16. While the escorts are tying up most of the pirates, you are now all under orders to disperse and make best speed for your ability to jump out of system to your pre-arranged escape points if we're under attack. You have your protocols, take them. Dispersion pattern alpha now. He sort of looks over at you, that Skitch. I hope that meets with your meets with your approval, co-pilot.
You don't need to seek my approval. If you do, that is your concern, not mine.
Oh my god, it doesn't understand sarcasm. Needless to say,
I love the assertion that he thinks that Autoco doesn't understand sarcasm,
of course.
given everything he's. That's a rich statement there.
Oh, I know.
Anyways.
All right, the convoy starts basically spreading out and dispersing to make it harder for the pirates to track them down. And your ship is now under full thrust, which doesn't really matter that much because in this universe they have reactional drives. So you're moving at speed. You currently don't notice that right now because the ship is functioning mostly properly. Although I will say this, Autoco, you have noted the ship is old and not in the best repair.
So this vessel is writing inertial checks that its chassis can't cash. Got it.
Well, as long as the inertial dampeners keep working, you're fine. Fine. By the way, one of the pirate ships has managed to break through and shoots at the ship.
Yay!
There are explosions. The ship, rattles and the inertial. You all feel the sensation of the inertial dampeners temporarily turning off. Yeah, everybody sort of slammed up in uncomfortable ways. Well, Eric, you're fine. Actually, Eric, you bounce out of your box.
Delighted dial-up noises. Time to start making a new body.
Ding, 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 ding. You fall into a pile of parts.
I believe one piece of item in the cargo bay has fallen over at this point. Whether or not it is of immediate concern is up to you, but...
We have bigger fish to fry, Autoco.
There's also a screw loose in one of the chairs in the bridge.
Thanks for your concern, Autoco. Could you pay attention to... Could you give us best course to jump points? To a jump point. To safe hyperspace.
Stop shifting in your seat so much; it makes an unpleasant noise.
Direction provided in both simplified, detailed, and explicit form.
Excellent, thank you. Let's get...
The explicit form of the instructions include steps like sit in chair, observe the panel, and just like it's an unnecessary amount of detail.
You hear a deep sigh from the navigator.
Well, he provided 3 options. You can do simple, which is go here. Detailed,
he said, detailed. That'll be useful.
And detailed probably good enough, but it's still borderline condescending in how it's written.
He goes detailed, simple. After the deep sigh. The ship starts bending on, and as you're getting to you're making distance. The another pirate ship comes and makes another strafing run. The ship takes damage, and you're basically hearing sort of damage control klaxons going off all over the ship. Skitch, according to your protocols, it looks you are fairly certain the ship will not survive making it to the to the point where you can safely enter hyperspace. If things continue according to current
all right,
damage
trying to
levels.
go out. All right.
Based on our current trajectory and routing, we have one of 2 options. We can either get there, we can either arrive there, and not make the jump safely, or we can die on the way there. You got one of those 2 options based on our current routing. I might suggest we try a different course of action if survival is of your concern.
Right, Eric. Communications put me through the put me on all hands. All hands, prepare for crash translation to hyperspace. Repeat, prepare for crash translation into hyperspace.
Might be nice to feel something coming from the ship for once in terms of G-forces.
If that's the sign that something's going really bad, KO. Autoco, you know that, right?
Perhaps, but it does make one feel alive when it's happening.
Prepare for... All right, crash translation hyperspace in 3, 2, 1. At which point the hyperdrive engages and you dive into hyperspace while still in the fringes of the gravity well of the system's sun.
So the Eurobeat's kicking in. Got it.
All right. Basically, yes.
This is the moment everything turns like neon purple and blue, and you got that whole like synth wave color scheme going on.
Basically,
Gone to plaid.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I just like
Airship
the
for ludicrous speed.
yep.
geez. I was just like to think the idea of the ship trying to drift while in hyperspace, just like
Well, you
Deja vu.
on the plus side, you are now in hyperspace, and the pirates aren't following you. On the downside, you have fallen into a hyperspatial rift and are out of control.
I must admit, that was actually a more novel solution than I was expecting. You might want to tell somebody that will give you accommodations for it, though.
Well, at this point, the damage control says, "Sir, we're beginning to lose secondary power systems, and it looks like the security systems might be failed." He cuts out. You hear basically alarms going off the ship as all the internal security systems shut down immediately.
Well, I guess there must be a bad news for all of this. But the good news is that everyone can celebrate your wise decisions, Captain.
So what happens? What this means is, the lockdown in the prison cells. Cell doors are now unlocked and cell doors are now unpowered and unlocked, and are therefore openable from either side. Basically, locks turn off. Long and short of it. Internal cameras are down. Internal defense systems are down. I believe the phrase "prison riot" is appropriate.
Hey, riot!
I'm just sitting thinking, well, the question is, the beeping sound that Autoco heard, I'm pretty sure that beeping is not of anyone's concern right now.
Nope.
Question, was he like was Autoco physically shackled into their seat or something?
Skitch, you were being restrained by basically effectively like a Star Wars restraining bolt that's tied to the ship's security systems.
All right, Autoco's just going to start standing up. You notice that your
restraining bolt is no longer operational.
Yeah, they're going to just start standing up and saying,
unless my services are in immediate need, I'm going to take a look outside to make sure that we're not in immediate threat of the prisoners overrunning this station here.
Oh, no.
By the way, if the prisoners are going to overrun the station here, I might have to commit mutiny. I apologize in advance.
What? as Autoco leaves the bridge.
Captain's just dumbfounded. What?
What? This is a day he is not. Things are happening. He just doesn't really understand what's going on at the moment. Also, the ship is currently traveling at speeds far too fast in hyperspace.
Mm-hmm. It's traveling faster than he could think.
Well, you are in a rift, which means that you really have no control at the moment. Hopefully, as long as the inertial compensators and the hyperspace generators are maintain power, you'll be fine. Nothing bad will happen to the ship.
Cool.
You just don't know where you'll end up.
First? Yeah.
Which will fail first? That's a good question. Well, as long as main power stays up, you'll be fine, really. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. But yes. So, yes. For those of you who are locked up, your cell doors and or cage doors are now unlocked and opening.
Oh, but so they didn't put the spring-loaded finger mechanism on mine.
No, they assumed that the internal electronic security systems would keep your cage locked safely.
Okay,
because Hegemony tech doesn't fail like that.
Yeah.
Never mind, this ship is approximately 3 centuries old and hasn't been updated in a long time.
So I just have images of like the security detail running by the cargo bay. The door is opening and a power loader arm comes in and crushes one of them.
Sure, that can happen.
And out comes clanking what looks like a mechanical mirelurk made out of scrap metal, with one big power loader arm and a series of manipulator tendrils on the other side. And I'm going to hack into the communication system because I can do that.
All right.
I have hotspot.
All right. Well, you can definitely access it. You'll need to give me a roll of some sort to actually hack it, but it won't.
Does sabotage work?
Absolutely. 13. Oh, yeah. Sabotage or intrusion would have been appropriate answers for this, I think.
Excellent. Okay.
Well, you have access
Prisoners,
to the
reprobates, and political ne'er-do-wells. Rise up and strike down the state's sanctioned pressers of violence. Bring them down and take control of the ship. Clank, 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 clank.
Unfortunately, some of that might be difficult to execute as stated. The ship's current mode of transportation will make certain actions difficult to execute. The sentiment, though, does seem to be consistent with the remaining cargo on the ship.
Yes.
I'm assuming that it's just
Oh, no,
just
you
like
can
com-
be, you're near a comm panel, so you can tap into it if you'd like.
yeah, it just says that back to K4,
Well,
just
you
like
hear that robotic voice saying that. There's another AI in the ship, Eric. K4.
Excellent. Clearly, the organic crew is not capable of maintaining control.
Well,
Of course they're not.
The obvious solution is for us to take control.
Not an incorrect answer, but it may not be a sufficient solution given our current situation.
All right. I need to check in with what. All right. So, Ash, what are you up to?
As the doors to his solitary cell opens up,
Eric's, what happened? Yeah, as your cell door opens.
he looks out, and does he? Are there any like officers immediately there?
There are a couple of security guys there. Yeah, they're currently sort of got their guns leveled at the other prisoners.
All right, Eric's is going to take an opportunity to walk out. He has his hands open, and he's going to try to appeal to their inner copness.
Okay.
And I'm mostly like, look, things aren't going well. I know things aren't going, and I know the rest of those prisoners are going to eat us alive. It's time for you guys to make a decision. You want some backup, or do you want to fight them off on your own?
Fuck you talking about? Get back in your cell, asshole.
Oh,
I love it. Perfect.
Yeah. At that point, he just kind of like sighs, like, "Well, I tried." He dives for the closest one. Tries to grab his gun.
All right, sure. Yeah. I'm not going to make you roll for that. You dive. You knock down the unnamed security guy. Knock him out and take his gun.
All right, and then he levels it at the next closest one.
The fuck? What? Wait, no. You're not supposed to.
And that's when the shot goes out.
Okay, yeah, you drop him.
you're not supposed to resist.
Idiots. At this point, he looks around at the other cells. How close is Eric's to the big solitary cell?
Well, you're in solitary, so you are. Yeah. You actually can see. There are a couple of there's some guards who are running towards what is obviously the max security solitary cell, because there are people who are very worried that wait, if the cell doors are open, oh no.
Which means they're probably running.
Lights have come up in your cell, and the door's opening. Which you sort of occurs to you. That's odd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, none of the ship's messages have made it like as the door opens. Now you can hear the sirens and alarms and the red alert, all the warning like damage control alarms and all that stuff going off. Things have gone very badly apparently on the prison transport.
So as the doors open and the light slowly creeps in, flooding the room, any security nearby with all of their weapons drawn and etc., expecting, who even knows?
Right.
They will see that the woman sitting upon her knees in the room is continuing to not move. Her wrists are shackled, her ankles are shackled, and there is basically, by common wisdom, no means for her to realistically move.
Right.
She says nothing and allows them to simply point their weapons and feel confident about themselves for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, they're being very careful not to walk into the room at the moment.
Oh, sure.
They're aimed. They're like, okay.
I never said they were.
No. They're okay. She still seems to be restrained. Okay. Good. Excellent. All right. Yeah. You hear? Yeah. She still seems to be restrained. We don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about Daidoji getting out. All right. That's one worry we don't have to make. Ash, what are you doing? You actually hear the shouting, by the way.
Here's a shot. So while they're looking at that, are they looking at the nearby armory
No.
that has that? Yeah. So Eric just immediately goes in and grabs, whatever passes for like the shotgun here, like I don't know, pulse wave
Sure.
thing.
Yeah. You grab it. You grab a scatter blaster.
Yeah, grabs a scatter blaster and just starts shooting at the officers at the end of the hall. And then now that he knows that they're not cooperating, it's all bets are off.
I see. Okay.
So then I started blasting.
Yeah.
That's when it started blasting.
So that word, as they're sort of here, also you hear what sounds like a scatter blaster being shot at them from behind. As you see someone go, ah! Insert Wilhelm scream here.
So when that Wilhelm scream goes off, in their throes, that firearm discharges and hits the chain around the ankles.
Okay. Sure. I that's fine with me. Your feet are now free.
Wordlessly, the still wrist manacled woman stands, head tilted down, not looking at any of them.
Mm-hmm.
So then, do you of inferior skill and background care to truly try your luck? Or would you prefer safety in cowardice?
Well, for the panic screams that are going on currently because they're being shot behind by someone with a scatter gun, and then you stood up where you shouldn't have been able to. They open fire. I'm not going to roll for this because it is unnamed characters versus named character in a situation that is not supposed to be like an actual threat. So,
Yeah.
So as the bullets careen towards her, she simply shifts just out of their path
sure.
in less than the blink of an eye.
Yep.
Those who are looking could have swore that she was just there a moment ago.
Right.
And before they realize that she has strode amongst them and, just kind of systematically performs a series of strikes, kicks, and other disarming
Sure.
maneuvers. And all of them fall to the floor in short order.
Yeah,
She does not bother with their pathetic firearms.
Fair enough. But between you and Ash, between you and Ash's character, you take out the guards that were there. You now stand in front of someone who's very clearly who's very clearly trained in how to use a gun, more so than these mooks. But is wearing a prisoner's garb. It's pretty clear that he's the one who's been shooting the other half of the group.
Mm.
Ash, you see Word's character who's got sort of her arms are manacled and her leg manacles seem to have been busted by what looks like a random blaster shot hit them.
Eric has the scatter blaster aimed at Daidoji, and then he lowers it down.
You know who this is. You know. You've seen the posters.
Yes, he knows. He is, ex-police. He knows who this is, and he just kind of lowers it down. It's like, you actually look intelligent. We need to get out of here. Are you with me or not?
I don't see a reason to not cooperate in the moment. We'll see about things later.
He just, he chunks the scatter blaster and brings it up, and he shoots the chains off of her. Good enough. Let's go.
So moving through general population is K4R1 handing out weapons and smashing security guards, rallying the prisoners.
No,
Hold on.
Nick gets to go. Nick, we have to go to Nick.
Yeah. So
has been,
before you
sorry.
get to do that, Carl, once you finish up your conversation with KO, you start to hear a little noise coming from nearby. It sounds something like this. And when you look around at it, at first you don't see anything, and then you look down at the corpses of the guards you killed before access to the communications terminal, and there's this big lizard thing that's gnawing on the arm, which has been torn off of one of the bodies. The lizard's holding it in her front claws and just chewing on it with her mouth. And then eventually she kind of just goes, and she sees you looking at her and just kind of looks up and stares at you.
Oh, handed blaster.
She'll sniff at it.
Huh?
And then she'll start eating the arm again.
I would just.
Well, we have corpse disposal.
Huh?
She seems happy to hear this.
I wonder if at this point, like, KO walks into wherever Carl.
Sure,
And,
why not?
what's your character's name, Nick? You already have a name. Like, well, Carl and
The lizard.
The lizard.
the
yeah.
corpse disposal, yeah, and K4 and CO. Got it. Okay, no, CD. That's right, we got it. Yeah. And just like, and then we'll just KO just walks in, just like not nonchalantly. I mean, here's the thing: KO's background is driver, and by rule, that means that they have the cool car jacket. It means that by rule, they always just kind of look cool, whatever they're doing. Just saying. But anyways, KO just like looks straight at Carl, just like,
You were the one that was on comms earlier.
Yes.
Well, it seems that the prisoners are making an aggressive push to make themselves known on here.
Excellent. We shall rally them to our cause.
Seems like a prudent plan. You might as well see which ones are not immediately hostile to us.
and then KO just looks straight at the lizard and just like, and there's just sort of like an approving nod.
She kind of sniffs at you for a sec.
Actually, you'll notice something if you sniff him.
She sniffs more closely at your jacket.
Yeah, the red spots are blood on the jacket. Just
She kind of like starts to extend a tongue towards your jacket.
and then when you do that, there's like a hand just kind of comes up in, kind of in front of the tongue. Like you feel the tip of his finger against the tongue, and it's just like,
This jacket can't be cleaned yet. Stuff still needs to be done first.
uh-huh.
And then
Well,
And then KO just go ahead.
well, no. Once you point a metal finger at her, she seems to lose interest in you. So
That's fair enough. But yeah, yes, he's wearing like a white leather racing jacket that has blood splattered across it.
badass.
That's very much. It's very dry.
All right.
Come Exotherm, we will achieve freedom.
Exotherm.
What? What was? Can you give that by me again?
He called it. He
Come
called it.
Exotherm, we will
Exotherm.
achieve freedom. Because it's a reptile.
As opposed to an endotherm, which mammals are.
I'm cold-blooded one.
Exactly.
I will note that the remaining crew on the bridge are rattled, to say the least, after everything that's happened. I tried to warn them, but
Excellent. This will make taking the bridge that much easier. Clank, clank,
I
clank,
cannot
clank.
confirm where we are and when we will be there, but things have certainly gone off the rails, as some people might say.
I will briefly access the navigation. It's like, oh, this will be troublesome for our organic patriots.
Indeed. I don't think we need to do much work to cause any demise towards them if that is the objective, but
In any case, they will need leadership.
guidance at the very least, yes.
They cannot be trusted to lead themselves.
All right.
The lizard pads after you as you go down the corridor. She has a humerus between her jaws.
All right. Everybody basically ends up in the sort of main sort of, general population sort of area of the prison section at about the same time. Because I want you guys to arrive in the same area about the same time, just make things a bit more interesting.
What did you say the location was again?
Gen pop, basically. Sort of the big sort of, general population for the prisoners. There aren't a ton of prisoners on the ship. But
right now, it's shake or be shanked.
Yes, the ship has obviously taken some structural damage. There are bits of metal sort of, having been blown off the walls and such. And there's a firefight going on, between, the prisoners who have, the surviving prisoners who have stolen guns from the security, and the remaining security guys. I'm going to put up some tokens on the map just so you have some idea of what you're dealing with here. Because there aren't that many prisoners left, unfortunately. There's some. I'm not gonna put the actual numbers out, but there is. I'm gonna drop tokens here. That's a bit larger than I wanted, but that's fine. That's no shrink. There we go. So that is. I'm going to label these also. Don't worry.
I was going to say that was a big security dude.
Wasn't going to say that big.
Space sweeties.
My question for you, Ash.
They
Even
start out
despite the fatigues and the stuff you're wearing and such, how obvious is it that your character is a cop? That's the question I have.
And he's a cop, so he probably walks and moves exactly like a cop.
That's what I thought there.
Yeah, he does definitely have that. I don't want to say swagger, but like noticeable cop body language.
He all right.
That air of superiority that all cops seem to have.
Oh god damn, this is gonna be funny as shit.
Yeah, like not like mall cop unearned sense of privilege, but like
Strip
little
mall
more-
cop earned a sense of privilege. Got it.
a little more professional than that.
You're actually monitoring multiple buildings technically, so you feel like you have more authority than a regular mall cop that's only in one building.
Those notable prisoners are a group of pirates. They're pretty obviously pirates.
Yar! They've got the hat and everything.
Well, yeah. Just look at these guys. I mean,
Yeah, those guys are definitely pirates.
one more sort of, But there is also someone who's ordering them around. She's going to
But ironically, she's the only one that doesn't have a hat, despite the character.
I
Ash,
kind of like the idea that the prison wardrobe compliment does, in fact, have everyone having hats.
yeah, she's wearing prisoner's garb, but she's somewhere managed to scrounge up a pirate hat somehow.
Arr.
Ash, you actually think you might recognize her. You think that might be the Dread Pirate Captain Darkar. And I misspelled captain somehow. How did I hit the A twice there? What the hell?
It's just
might
that
be
much more of a captain.
Captain Dakar.
Yeah, here's your A's for an extra R.
All right, lads, take those goons down. We'll take this ship yet.
Eric's, at this point, like Eric's kind of like ducks behind, like some covers. Like, oh, great, Captain Dakar.
I'm pretty sure that like Carl and KO are just like standing, like not even bothering to hide at the moment.
No, not at all.
But just
I'm
rosy
pretty sure
plants
K-
and feel discerning.
So, during all of this, Daidoji is paying basically no attention to any of them,
Right.
and her attention is more on this one pipe that is just kind of spewing some plasma off haphazardly.
Yep.
And she has a bit of a notion.
Okay.
So, while everyone else is going to be doing their thing, she's going to be doing her thing, which is going to involve finding some elongated pieces of metal, not hard, in
Nope.
this current situation.
Nope. You can find enough scrap to do
And-
what I think you want to do.
And using the manicle on the wrist, she's going to slam the protruding part into one of the pieces of metal and carve out a long indentation with it, demonstrating a horrifying degree of strength for an individual of her size.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to repeat that again with another piece of metal. A third piece of metal is going to be hefted in front of that plasma until it liquefies and drips down into the molds.
Forging swords.
Yep, basically.
Casting? No, it's casting a sword in this case.
Yes,
here, I
she's
believe.
actually
That's
casting.
true, yeah.
It'll be a good short-term solution.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. After a little bit, she removes the upper mold and holds the other one towards a fire suppression system in the ceiling.
Which triggers. You're now getting very wet.
There is a lot of steam in this area and a very loud hissing noise as all eyes fall to her as she pulls the makeshift sword out of the mold, holding it aloft in front of the sprinkler and facing the remaining security forces.
Well, the security force are like, oh, she's got a sword. That's annoying. They really have not read your file.
What an unfortunate day for rain. It looks like.
Eric's, on the other hand, has read Daidoji's file.
There's just that moment. There's just a look across his face. He's like, oh shit. And he's just
Probably sparks coming off of Carl at the moment.
Probably.
KO by proxy
I
is
love
designed
voices
for all sort of
in it.
terrain. KO is designed for all sort of terrain and weather conditions. So
Right. So what I would like you guys to do.
I splash in a puddle.
Okay,
is the
you guys
best
are
move.
currently outnumbered by security, unsurprisingly. And there's a group of 3 pirates and their captain there who've been doing a fairly decent job at holding off security, honestly. They've dug in. I mean, there are a few other dead prisoners and pirates lying around in the place, but given how bad that number there, they've actually done a surprisingly decent job.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a fair number of security. There's a couple of officer types who are the security chief guy, a bunch of the regular security guys, and a couple of guys in the elite armor. They might be a little bit tough.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone should roll initiative, and I will get the initiative tracker up. Actually, that's not how we do this stupid thing. Hang on.
We roll speed, don't we?
D6 plus speed.
Yep.
So
Question, Peter.
Yes.
For the purposes of like the whole your vehicle thing for the driver archetype, what constitutes as your vehicle? Is it your custom vehicle as a driver, or is it just the vehicle that you're most recently associated with?
For the driver, I think it's technically whatever your sort of your quote official vehicle is.
Got it. Okay, I was trying to determine whether or not I would qualify for rage outside of the machine for my vehicle having a certain number of chase
on
points.
This ship.
Fair enough.
You really have not formed much of an attachment to the ship. I'll put it that way. I have a shot chart that I was using somewhere. I got to find it. Hang on.
Well, 14. Well, hot damn.
Yeah, you're quick. I'm going as fast as I can with 12. So
I rolled a 1.
Let's see.
Listen, this
yeah, but you're being dramatic.
Yeah, you're holding that.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I rolled a 1 and I got 10. That's my minimum.
My minimum is 9, so I'm not that much far behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 1 too, so
It's the other side of that scale.
Yes.
I'm a ramshackle robot. Don't imagine I'm supposed to be fast.
I'm trying to think of like how many characters will know a bit about like KO's background and such. I will say that like I there's actually a handful of real life influences I'm taking for KO that I only found out like less than 2 days ago that dramatically shifted their stylization. If people want to know what to look into, in terms of what some of the influences might be, I suggest the history of the current, I believe it's the current president of Toyota.
All right, so it's the highest initiative of you guys?
14.
14. Okay, we're on shot 14. Oh, I need to roll for the baddies. Hang on. Fortunately, most of them have the same speed, so I'm not going to... So, yeah, I just got to... All right, so... Chiefs have... The officers have speed 7. Okay, they're going on 10. So you guys... I'm going to trust you guys to keep track of your initiatives.
Mm-hmm. We might need some refreshers on that. But
yeah, yes. That's fine. All right, and then security is speed 6 base. They're on, and elite security also speed 6. They're on 7. All right, so 14 is the first shot, and that for whoever rolled 14 may act now. As a general rule of thumb, most actions during combat will chew up 3 shots. So your next action will be 3 shots down the chart. So if you were to act now, you would act again on 11.
And question.
Yes.
So a keyframe is each time we go through the initiative, correct?
A keyframe is a full round is a sequence. A keyframe is basically from the current shot on your shot on the current sequence to the same number shot on the next sequence.
Got it.
Like
so it's
shot
basically
10 from now to shot 10 next sequence.
Right.
Got it there. Okay. So KO's response to this situation is just to be all just like,
this amount of conflict internally is going to cause structural damage to the vessel. I cannot allow this to continue.
Okay.
And they're going to go to the nearest security entity that they're probably closer to security than they are to the pirates. So
sure,
because I'm assuming that KO and Crow are over here. While
if you want, wherever you guys want to come in, you guys honestly, it's like assuming that the pirates are on this side, these guys are over here. I would assume some of you came in from up here, and the other half came in from down. So Daidoji and Eric's came in from they're up or down, and Carl, KO, and the Lizard came from bottom, say.
Yeah. In any case, taking out security will stop the fight faster than trying to take out the pirates and security. So KO's going to focus on security to start. So like, they're like heading over to the nearest security that they can, and as they do so, they pull out and spin their Omni Wrench, which is like the tool they kind of always have to do work on vehicles and such, and proceed to attempt to attack the security guard to knock them out.
All right, sure, go for it. So are you going
All
for?
right.
Are you going, which one are you going for? Or are you going for multiple?
This is martial arts in this case.
Yes, but what are you? I missed what you were attacking. Sorry, that was my bad.
I just whatever. I one of the nearby.
You're going to
security
clonk it right
guard.
nearby security guard. Got it.
Yes. Yeah.
That is fine.
Assume that this roll actually happens. Oh, fortune 0. All right.
A 10.
That.
All right, a 10. Yeah, that will clump and knock out a security guard. Sure.
Cool. I'm going to spend a fortune to invoke tools of the trade, which makes the weapon have a DV of 15 until the next keyframe.
All right, cool.
Ooh, nice.
And that's that's their turn. So they'll move again on 11.
You clump and yes. By the way, yeah. The unsurprisingly, the security guy effectively, the officers and the elites are effectively named.
Mm-hmm.
And the regular security guys are not. All right, so that is it for 14. 13. 12?
Hello.
All right, on 12.
All right, I'll clank over into the ranks of the pirates and say, "You're fighting oppressors, so we can work together. After this, we're gonna have a conversation." And the faceplate will open up and a particle beam will fire at one of the security guards.
All right. It's a scrounge check roll, I think.
Yep.
14. Oh, yeah. Ah! Ah! You fried a security dude. Ominous hum.
Ominous hum. I'll pass out collected rifles to any prisoners still unarmed.
Sure. Fair enough. There are some that are sort of beat up, but are still alive and are unarmed. So sure. All right. Anyone else on 12? 11.
All right. Let's go straight for the chief because that's going to be the fastest thing.
All right. So you're going for one of you're going for the officer. Yep. There's one officer.
One of the officers.
There are 2 officers and 3 elites. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that actually.
So
yep. Go for it.
Yeah. Kale rolls on up and just.
What do you want? What do you want, Autoco? Wait. Did you just clump a? Wait. What?
So do I have to declare fortune before or after a die is
Before
rolled?
you roll.
I'm going to declare 1 on it for the hell of it. 13.
13 will hit.
Wow, that's actually well, it's weird. It's actually okay. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and you rolled
Does he,
boxcars.
Yeah, I did roll boxcars.
All right. So you're getting. All right. So what happens then? All right.
And that's
so,
a DV of 15 for the weapon.
His defense is 12. So you hit by 1, and therefore your damage is a total of 16.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have very good armor.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes 10 wound points.
I have an idea of what can happen. It's a bit wild, but I have an idea.
Okay, well, I know what my plan was, but what would you like it to be?
I was thinking that whatever the communications the security officer had with the others would go a bit haywire, and everyone gets like a blast of loud noise that distracts them.
Absolutely. I will say that yes, they. Yeah, sure. I will give them all a 1-shot penalty.
Nice.
Just like
as the feedback
like
over the comms happens. I like that. That's
yeah,
good.
Like Aniko just walks up spinning the wrench in his hand and then just slams it right into the earpiece.
Yep.
Warrant. Ouch.
Horrible screeching noises in all their pieces. They go, ah! All right, that's it for 11. Unless there's anybody else on 11. 10.
Yo.
I am on 10.
All right.
Daidoji, you want to go first.
All right. Well, seeing as how the synthetic one is dealing with the chief, Daidoji will head over towards the elites.
Okay.
And she'll do so by simply walking towards them.
Okay.
Her sword is low. She's not really particularly holding it in a particularly defensive posture.
Right.
She's just kind of walking towards them like a slasher villain.
All right.
Last chance. Run. And I will do an intimidate.
Okay.
Thirteen.
13. That's a damn good roll.
That's a neutral roll.
You got a good intimidate skill.
Yes, I do.
I also like the fact that you and I both have good intimidate. It's very funny.
There's actually a fair bit of good intimidate in this party, honestly.
I mean,
Nick's
it
got a
is
12.
appropriate. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is appropriate that
I actually don't
most
have
of us are
intimidate.
scary. Yeah.
I actually don't have intimidate.
My
I have
character gets
leadership
plus.
instead.
What I like about the cool jacket is that it gives you 11 intimidate and 11 seduction. Just like because your jacket is just that fucking cool.
All right.
Run. No. Stay here.
All right. Well, the elites. Okay. So I will say this. No, I rolled the wrong thing. That's
Roll D26.
meant 2d6. There we go. All right. So 6 of the regular security guys go, bye. Whoosh. The elites, I'm actually going to give a willpower roll to.
I will say that as for going straight for the lead, like KO did say they were going to commit mutiny as if the things looked bad.
Yep. And things look bad for security. All right. Well. All right. So. Yep. So. There we go. Ooh. Okay. All right. So. None of them rolled badly enough. Actually, that's 13. Actually, no. 2 of them rolled. You beat 2 of them by 5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
All right. So one of the elites actually, they're not going to run away because that is, they're named characters. I'm not going to have them just run. But as a group, they're going to lose another shot.
Mm-hmm.
So that drops them to. There are 3 of them, so they're not acting for a while yet. As they freak out, and the 2 who you beat by 5 freak out and open up just full auto with their blasters at you, missing horribly, and they have to reload on their next action. Their next action has to be a reload.
All right.
They're like, ah! As Blastfire just sort of scatters around Daidoji and doesn't hit her.
Any shots that come mildly close, she does that kind of phasing thing.
Yeah, she sort of steps slightly to the side, slightly to the other side. Yeah, okay,
She's very anime.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you wait until I get the thing that lets me jump like anime.
That'll happen.
Jump good.
Yes. All right, that is it for 10 then. Oh no, sorry, Eric's. Sorry.
Yep. All right. So when Eric sees Daidoji go into the fray, he pops around the corner and starts giving her cover fire against the normal security.
Okay.
So let's.
As an aside, your character's name being Eric is really messing with
It's
me.
Eric's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just we
His
can just
name
call
is
him.
Mr. Metropolis now.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
just,
Metro. Yeah, it's all Metro.
yeah, Metro works. Yeah.
Okay, so Metro. We'll call it Metro for now. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So let's do a guns attack.
So how many are you attacking? Are you using a shtick or anything like that?
I do not have a shtick, so it's not actually like
There's a
shtick.
cover fire shtick, I believe.
Yeah, he's just kind of like opening fire.
Would you like
on
to
the
shoot
regular-
at more than one target?
He has a shotgun. That is possible.
I mean, you can
Yes.
with even normal guns. You can shoot.
You can do it with anything.
Yeah.
It just involves shooting more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The kick here is that your target number will go up.
Basically, if
for
you're
each
targeting
station.
more than one dude, your target number is increased by the number of dudes you're shooting at.
All right, how many are over there that didn't run away?
there's a gaggle of them. You know, I've
Yeah,
not picked a particular number for the unnamed mooks.
All right, let's just say he's just like he opens fire like at 3 of them.
3, great. Okay, so I will increase their target number by 3 then.
All right. So let's hope this works correctly.
A 13. Yeah, that'll beat their yeah. So opens up with the scatter blaster, and 3 security goons are blasted off their feet. Security goons are blasted off their feet as they're caught in the cone of doom.
Aw. This poor, horrible, nameless security mooks.
Yeah, well. Anybody else on 10? Nope. 9.
-3, so that's me.
Carl and some of the guard. It looks like.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, the officers go on 9. Unfortunately, nobody else goes on 9. The other guys have lost enough shots that they're not in great position.
Mm-hmm.
Carl, what would you like to do? You get player characters go first. Let's say choose
Walk up to a knot of soldiers.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sweep the loader arm through them.
Okay, so you're going to advance. You're going to advance.
Yep.
Oops, up there, and you're going to swing the loader arm through a bunch of mooks. Got it.
Yep.
How many would you like to take out?
I'm gonna shoot for 3. I'm gonna burn a fortune die.
Okay, go for it.
Crap!
That'll hit 3.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, their defense is not that good. So yeah, this loader arm sort of slams into 3 of them and sends them careening back into the wall of the room, and they slump to the ground, dead or unconscious. It doesn't really matter at the moment. Thud. All right, I'm going to now
surrender and submit to the superior will.
Okay. They're not going to surrender right now. They may consider running, but I will see on their when they get to an action. All right. One of the security chief you clobbered, Skitch, will pull his sidearm and try to shoot you.
You can try.
Yeah, yes, he can. No fortune dice because he's a named character, and his gun skill is not that great. But he rolls really well.
He rolls really well. Wow.
17.
That's an exploder. Yep.
What's your defense? Or would you like to dodge?
Let me answer. Let's try to answer both those questions real quick here. So, where's the
Didn't your DV go to 15?
No, it's
my
the
damage value is
it's damage value.
Oh, I was thinking defensive value.
Nope. The damage on his wrench is 15 for the keyframe.
My defense
Gotcha.
is 13, so I don't even think that if I dodged, I could.
It won't
actually
make
get
you
out of
miss.
that.
It'll just reduce damage. But okay, so he hits by 4.
I don't give a shit about that.
Right.
If it
Hits
doesn't
by
make it miss,
4,
I don't give a shit.
And the damage on his blaster pistol is in fact 9. So 13 damage minus your toughness, and then reduce that by toughness.
Okay, so that's 7. Got it. All right.
All right. Bzow! You take some minor damage. The other officer will shoot at the advancing K4. Nope, no fortune die. A 9. I think that doesn't hit you.
No, my defense is 13. It spangs off the armored carapace.
Yeah.
Armored quotation marks.
Yeah. His hand blaster does nothing. He doesn't actually even hit you. It just misses. This shot's not good enough to actually even do that. All right, that is it for security, Chiefs. We're on to 8. Anybody else? Was anybody else on 9, by the way? No? Okay, 8.
I'm on 8.
All right. Anybody else on 8?
I'm on 7.
I'm going to continue to hit the guy that shot me now.
Fair enough. Clock him again.
Yeah, just
He dared shoot you. You should clubinate him.
yeah. I'm going to spend another fortune on this just because I really want to make sure this guy gets taken out.
Sure.
20.
20. Ah, yes, that will hit by.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that will hit by 8.
And so that's a 23 minus toughness.
Yeah, that's 23 minus toughness. Where's my pencil? There it is. Toughness is 6, so that's 17 wound points, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Like Caleb just just stares at him after he shoots him, and then
Well,
we'll
he's
just simply,
impaired.
Well, he just stares at the officer and just says,
You should have aimed about 3 centimeters to the left there. That would have done more damage.
and then just clocks him in again.
All right. I'm going to say he fall down, go boom, because these are minor named characters, and I'm not don't want to track them past impairment. So yeah. Normally they have 30. They wouldn't go down till 35 wound points. I'm going to say these guys are minor named characters, so they go down to 25.
And then as soon as that one's knocked down, Caleb's going to start just basically kind of mirroring Daidoji, just sort of walking casually towards the next elite / officer while spinning the wrench in their fingers. Just sort of like it's like they're stuck between they're stuck between two bad answers.
Yes. All right. That is it for 8, I believe. 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
I believe that is Daidoji, Metro, and the Lizard.
No, I'm on 6.
Oh, you're on 6? Wait, I think your speed's 6.
No, wait, I am on 7. I
Just
am on 7.
roll
Sorry.
1. You're on
No,
7.
my speed is 6. That was
Right.
my
All right. So, which one of you guys would like to go for?
Aren't these security guys on the
The security mooks are on 7, but
Yes,
they go after
okay.
you guys do.
Okay, the mooks are, but not the elites.
No, they're
Yeah,
on
the
5. They've
elites-
lost 2 shots. They started on
Got it.
7.
Gotcha.
They're now on 5.
You go ahead and go first because you haven't had a turn yet.
Okay. Well, the lizard is kind of like padding around, uncaring about all the gunfire going on around them. And then they spy a group of the guards kind of all leveling their guns at the group, and they kind of pause, and then kind of like start windmilling their limbs along the ground, kind of having a difficulty purchasing the slick floor with their claws, but eventually torpedo off and just kind of slam into a guard. And yes, I am just going to do like one random nameless guard for this.
Okay, that's fine.
So this is just kind of like a ram, basically.
Yeah, sure. Give me a creature powers roll.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, no.
Destroy!
Gretel the Gecko slams into the security officer, barreling him to the floor, and is just right on top of him, doing what he is dunzo.
And then she kind of turns around and looks at Daidoji and kind of wags their tail a little bit.
Well done, cold-blooded one.
Right.
One of the elites goes, "Oh my god, someone let the lizard out of the cage! Kill it! Kill it!"
She just kind of has like a blank look on her face, like, Meanwhile, there is a bloody bone sticking out of her mouth still.
Like, with a number like that, I feel like you damn near, just ate that dude whole.
All right. Metro and Daidoji.
Oh, you go ahead.
At this point, Metro has left his cover and he's advancing. He is still firing the shotgun at the mooks.
Oh, by the way, during all of this, the pirates are shooting at security guys and such. Just
Right.
I just don't want to. I don't want to track them.
Over there.
So let's go for another 3,
Okay.
and I will add a fortune to this one.
Okay.
So-
Oh yeah.
I had to manually do the fortune, but so
Well,
the 18 will
roll
hit,
it a-
so
don't even bother.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Well, I mean, you should do it to determine how much damage it does, if it's something that's not a mook.
well, he was shooting at mooks, unfortunately.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, right. All right.
Anyways, so yeah.
There you go.
Oh wow.
That technically means you rolled boxcars.
No, box. It's only the main dice that boxcars counts.
Oh, okay.
Fortune die does not count for that.
Fair enough.
So
fair enough.
he's So Metro is just blowing away the security guards.
Yeah. All right. Their action would be okay. So yes, Daidoji, what would you like to do? I know what the guards should be doing on their shot.
All right, so Daidoji is going to walk into the middle of the 3 elite securities,
Mhm.
and will just kind of slouch over a little bit, sword in hand. You've made your decision. And then she seems to take on a bit of a blur about her.
Okay.
As I am going to properly activate Willow Step. I am spending HE and 1 shot to gain +2 defense against non-martial art attacks until the next keyframe.
Nice.
And oh, look at that. 6 is rolling around.
Yeah. All right. Give me a second. All right. So, right. Mook's turn. Well, first things first. Oh, hang on. Cancel. Wrong button. Yeah, there we go. No, they rolled really well.
They did.
All right. So the Mooks, instead of just panicking running, basically start falling back, giving themselves cover fires. They're leaving. And they say, well, we're not hanging around here. Fuck this noise. And it's just security from the elite sort, get back here, you idiots. And the Mooks are withdrawing.
I'm slightly sad about this, but okay.
I'm sorry, but yeah, they've taken too many losses and have seen too much bad shit going on to hang around anymore.
Oh, I don't blame them, and I don't blame you. It's just like half of my toys don't work now.
I don't know. The swordsman's still pretty badass against named characters. The swordsman's just a really badass archetype.
Oh yeah, the sword master's great. It's just I do even better when there's mooks present.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. All right. That is it for 7. 6. Dadoji, you're up again.
Yep.
And so is I think I'm up as
Yep,
well.
as are the-
K4, yeah, as are the AIs.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, but Daidoji, go first. You've been building up to this shit, so just get it over with.
All right. I am going to throw a fortune, and let's see how this sword manages. Again, this freshly forged sword that's probably still a little hot. Contends against the armor of these fools, all 3 of them.
Yep. So we're taking all 3?
Yep.
All right.
With fortune.
Sure.
Oh, wait, hang on. I have to do the fortune. Do I have to do the fortune independently if I press the open button?
The open button has a fortune section for it.
Yeah, well, we press the open button.
Okay, that's how many dice you're doing, not
Yes.
what the value of the fortune
Yeah,
is.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
A
Man, what a
14.
crappy fortune.
That will actually hit exactly.
Well, hell yes. I wish I had that slightly higher, but I have done damage to them, so hooray.
All right, you hit all 3 of them. How much damage are you doing?
My sword's damage is 10. This is not a signature weapon.
Right, so it is 10 damage. So that is 10 damage minus their toughness, which is 7. So they each take 3 wound points. But also,
Yeah,
I
it would have
believe...
been a little better if, a little more worthwhile if I'd scored 1 point higher, alas.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, they do not suffer the water sword effect because you did not actually... Your outcome is not... Your swerve was not one or better.
I neutraled, which is...
Your sword is not well designed for this at the moment.
Yeah, so Daidoji will finish up her spin there, and we'll just kind of take a moment to look at the blade. This ship is made of quite inferior quality alloys.
Tell me about it.
It is a wonder that it's still afloat.
Most likely, further honing would be necessary for better results.
All right. AIs are up, I think.
Oh, I have a plan.
Okay. I mean, if you have a plan, go for it.
All right.
just gonna take yeah.
One of the mooks that is one of the elites that is maneuvered behind God of Damarung is going to get picked up by the loader arm, slammed into the ground, and then shot in the face by my face blaster.
All right. Give me a Scourge Tech roll.
I'm going to burn another fortune on this.
Okay. Fair.
Because it's cool sounding.
Yeah,
There
19. That'll hit by 8. All right. So what's the damage of your particle blaster?
All of my scrounge attacks are 11. So
Fair enough.
damage value 11.
So that is 19.
Until they start getting hurt, then they get much better.
Forgot that. All right. So you do 19 damage. That's 12 wound points. He's not happy. Skitch. Basically, he slammed the ground and goes, ugh, and then you blast him. He's like, ah!
I'm going to attempt to basically blackjack one of the elites that has their attention on
Okay, fair enough.
on Daidoji. So, let's see here. So I've currently burned through 3 fortune, 4 so far out of 7. Let's burn through a 4th one. Let's just do it. That'd be a 13.
That'll hit by 2.
Well, the fortune was absolute. Well, the fortune actually hurt me a little bit there, I guess. But oh well. It's by 2, so it's 17 damage.
17 damage. All right, so that's 10 wound points. Ow! Clonk! Ah!
It's just like
You might want to consider a career move, or at least spatial relocation of your body.
I mean, fair. Anybody else on 6?
Hey, that's kind of what he said when he fired you.
Anybody else in 6? No? Oh, wait, nope. No. I'm wrong. The officers go in 6 also. Well, the officer.
Oh, right, because one of there were 2 officers.
There were 2.
Oh, there were.
Well, he basically... So the remaining officer starts sort of like, backing off and... he will take a pot shot at... Actually, let's try to shoot... He's the one who shot at you last time, Eric. He'll shoot you again. He will shoot at K4 again.
All right.
Nope. No. Oh, dear God, that's a terrible shot. A 4.
That's not way bad, but it's close.
That is a terrible shot. So yeah, bap, 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 bap. Blaster bolts come nowhere near you. You're not. You swear to God, like, is he shooting at something behind me?
Sort of like the head swivels in the carapace a bit, swivels back at him. You're not sure how, but he manages to shrug.
Yeah. All right, that is it for 6. 5. Any player characters on 5?
I think we have the elites on 5 now.
The elites are on 5. I'm just saying if any player characters are doing anything on 5.
No, I think I go next.
All right.
3. Yep.
Then it is, in fact, the elites go. Well, there's one who's on the ground who will shoot wildly at you, Eric, from the ground.
All right.
Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 2 of them need to reload.
Yeah, 2 of them will spend their turn, will fall back a bit and reload. The one on the ground is the one who didn't have to reload, so he will spray his gun at you, Eric.
All right.
Right, so open roll. No fortune dice. Guns 11. A 10. That's a better shot than any of the other shots they've taken at you, Eric. Still misses. And he didn't roll badly enough that he actually automatically runs out of... has to make a reload roll, so good for him. Doesn't make a reload. So, all right. That is it for 5. Yeah, so basically, he's basically sort of scooting on his butt away from you as he's shooting. Like,
Clank, clank, clank as they continue advancing on him.
4.
I go.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that is Daidoji. No, sorry, that is Metro and
I'm
the
agree.
Lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ash.
So what we have left are the elite securities and the security chiefs.
There's 1 security chief left and the 3 elites.
All right. Seeing the security chief is being readily handled by this mysterious robot in the amazing jacket.
I'm not in the chief right now, but I'll be there soon. So
Oh, you guys, yeah.
I took out the other chief. I took out the other chief, but not the current one that's still around.
Okay. Then, yeah, he's our level the shotgun at the other upstanding chief. That's not like
Okay,
doesn't have a robot near it.
fair enough.
Here's my terms of here's my terms.
It's like y'all should have let me out when you had the chance.
You could have retired anytime you want.
So that's 1 shot, and then I take the shot next round.
Oh, you're doing Bedlam epigram.
Yep.
Actually, no. It makes sure this is a 4-shot action.
Yeah.
So it's not you don't attack next round. You attack now, and then you won't attack again for another 4 shots.
Oh, okay. So So it makes my next shot. I can't. Okay.
It
all right.
basically makes this a longer action to do.
Right.
Yeah. This will resolve it on 0 instead of on 1.
Oh, it resolves right now.
Yeah, you shoot now, but you won't get another action until 0. Is basically
You're done for the turn.
Yeah. And
So
that's
if you
fine.
normally you'll get 2 attacks this turn, but if you shoot this way,
Actually,
you'll
I
get
think
1
you can
attack.
do it after you. Oh no, yeah. Just make your tit roll.
Yeah. So let's do this.
14 will hit by 3.
That's 16.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's fine. 16. Oh yeah, 16. Yep. I mean, it's yeah.
That's
So you hit by 5.
And let's most of the shotguns are 13.
Yep.
So
that is you hit by 5. So it's a total of 18 damage. All right, so that is 12 wound points for him.
just a whole lot of energy pellets in the chest. Ain't gonna be feeling good.
Nope, he is unhappy. Ah!
Hey.
All right. Anybody else on? Oh, Greta, Gecko. Yes. What are you doing?
All right. So what is up right now?
There is 1 security chief. There's a security guard who's elite security scooting his way on his butt away from the robot. And there are 2 security guys who have fallen back a little bit and are reloading, but they're not. One of them is yeah. So
The other 2 are engaged with the other robot and
Daidoji.
and the sword master. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The anime character.
So that's 5 left.
There are 4 people left total.
4
And 3 elites.
Okay.
There's
and
one. There's
officer.
three elites and 1 security chief.
All right. I will attack the one scooting away on his butt.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pat over.
Chomp.
Fair enough.
And okay, let me
Excuse
I'm
me,
gonna pop that up.
dinner.
I'll be having my meal to stay as opposed to go.
I'll be dining in, thank you.
Blizzard just goes and prepares some fava beans.
Yeah, that'll hit by 5.
Okay.
The damage is
All
12.
right.
Your damage is 12, if I remember correctly.
Think so. What does it say on creature attacks here?
It'll be under your natural weapons section.
Natural weapon. Your creature powers attacks. 13 damage.
13. Okay.
Ooh, man, they hit hard.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
So that is instead. So you hit by 5. So that's 18. Oh, yeah, he's done. So the dude is scooting away. All of a sudden, there's a lizard leaping at his throat. And he makes a gurgling noise, and he sort of stops.
I think she makes a gurgling noise too, though. So I think they
yes.
both make gurgling noises, but one stops making.
They gurgle in
noises.
unison.
They're very different ones. There's a lizard eating the security officer in front of you, Eric.
Brings a
Feast
tear
upon
to
the flesh of oppressors.
it brings a tear to the algorithm.
Anybody else on 4? Trace.
All right,
That's Team Robot again.
and
Daidoji, I believe.
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling Daidoji should take the lead on these at least.
Yeah.
There's 2 remaining guys. Let's cut the 2 remaining guys.
Okay, attack 2 of them. Got it.
So yeah, she'll just kind of like surge towards one with a swing, and then without losing momentum, will shift in a graceful spin towards the other one.
Okay. A
And I
16.
will,
That'll hit by 3.
That's not mine. That's not mine.
Sorry.
I have yet to roll.
Yep, sorry.
I mean,
Here
you
it
can,
comes.
you can, pretend,
With a
you can
four.
pretend that's yours.
I mean, I'd like that to be mine, honestly.
Yeah.
But fortune die. Doo-doo-doo. Man,
Oh,
what?
Yeah, that one
Wow,
exploded
that's
down.
Yeah, that's
That will, in
garbage.
fact, so yes, your attacks by sheer fluke, like one of them sort of stumbles slightly and falls under your blade, and your timing just is off from that. The blade doesn't have quite the right weight for it. It's hastily crafted, so that you don't quite. You just manage to just barely miss the second guy. Like the blade just came very close to basically just beheading him, and he just falls back with a little nick on his throat. He's like
Oh. How fortunate you are. The inferiority of your ship's metal has saved you for a few seconds longer. Cherish them.
I'm. All right. I'm gonna flip. I'm debating flipping a coin. Should KO help? Should KO help out with the elites or go after the officer? Okay.
Go for the chief.
All right. KO like walks in between the 2 elites.
okay.
But you could almost think that they're just like whistling as they're flipping the tool in their hand as they go up to the officer and just glares at them, saying,
If you value your life, your next course of action will be to feign unconsciousness if this does not do the job sufficiently.
Fair enough.
And yes, I am going to be burning a fortune on this as well because
Okay. Because why not?
this is the opening fight, so it's just like
Yeah.
we gotta go over the top, just like we're the heroes. That is a box. That is 16.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that is. Oh wow, boxcars. All right.
Kids, give me your dice.
That's not actually a box.
That's not box cars. It's the fortune die explode is what happened.
Oh, the
Right,
fortune
no,
rolled a 6, but
the,
doesn't explode. Okay.
Well, you rolled a 6 on the fortune and on the positive die. So
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no. The minus is the one that did. So that is box cars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
So that is
no.
that is That is true.
No, you-
Boxcars, then. Yeah.
No, your positive die did not explode up.
Yeah, I did. The first die. Oh yeah, the first die did not explode.
The fortune die is 6. The positive die
Yeah,
is
so it's not
5.
boxcars, but
Yeah.
c'est la vie.
Okay. All right, but anyways, that's 16.
Yeah. A 16, that will hit by 5, so that's 20 damage.
Yeah.
That is an unconscious officer. The security chiefs are dealt with.
I just like KO just like walking around with basically like a screwdriver and just bludgeoning the officers down with it.
Clomp. Clomp.
Clubbing people with a monkey wrench.
Basically, yes. All right.
It's an Omni wrench.
It's an
all right.
Omni wrench, yes. Totally different. What would K4 like to do?
All right. Sort of scuttle to the side a bit.
Step around the lizard.
Yep. I'm gonna grab one of the elites and then slam him into the other one with the loader arm.
All right. You're going to.
Because I want to hit him. It's the first fight. I need to hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Fair enough. People are weapons. Got it.
I'll burn a fortune die on this.
19.
Nice.
Damn, son.
And that, like 19 with no explosion. It's just like you just rolled perfect on the negative die there.
Beautiful. All right. That'll hit by 8. No, sorry, not by 8. 6. You're
Yeah,
targeting
I'm
2
attacking
people.
both of them. Yep.
All right. Your damage is 11, you said, right?
Yes.
All right. Great. So that is... Math is not as hard as it should be. That is... Yeah, okay. Right. 17. All right. 17 wound points. That knocks one of them out.
All right. I'll proceed to point a loader arm over at the pirates. You two, pursue the other security guards. Third one, you secure the wounded. You deal. And I'll point to the captain. You gather weapons.
The pirates all look at the captain.
I've got leadership.
You can make the roll, absolutely.
Who's gonna out leadership the other? Are
That is it. You make the roll, Eric. Yes.
double mutiny? Are we doing double mutiny right now?
Double mutiny.
13.
Pretty good.
That is a damn good roll, Eric.
Are they agents of capitalism, or are they here for the revolution?
I'm sorry.
The pirates all sort of
Can I-
glance over at the captain, shrug, and they start following orders as the captain starts making sputtering noises. Wait, no, but wait, I didn't.
I wanted to do that.
You're supposed to follow
These are
my orders, you
protesters.
damn idiots!
Who's protesting and engage in your action? It's all for the greater good.
The greater good.
All right, I'm going to say that that Daidoji will have basically can finish off the third elite at her leisure because
Yes.
I don't think we should. I think we're at a point where we don't need to actually have combat continue. There's one guy left. All right. So you have successfully defeated the security guys here. As you guys continue through the ship, you pursue the pirates who pursue the guys. Basically, come back with like looks of like a little bit of like they look like they're a little disappointed they didn't catch the guys. But they also have a look of, dear God, these guys are idiots. Mr. Robot, I don't know what to call you, but
K4R1 or Carl.
Carl, sure. Yeah, those security guys that we were chasing, they apparently decided to dive into the escape pods and launch them.
Confused dial-up noises. We're still in hyperspace.
Yes, that is the issue. Yes, for them.
By my calculation, at worst, is suicide to do that.
Oh, in regular hyperspace, it's just a bad idea. You guys are in a rift currently.
Yeah.
They are done.
I wonder what their wacky adventures will be like.
I believe their Viking adventures will involve sudden acceleration trauma.
Yeah.
Deceleration trauma and acceleration
Possibly
trauma.
both, yes.
Well, the inside of the escape pod's got a new coat of paint at least.
But they're not.
Let's just jam.
On the plus side, yeah. On the plus side, you don't have to deal with them anymore. They're gone. On the downside, you don't have escape pods anymore.
Inferior.
Let's secure the bridge.
All right.
Come with me.
Inferior decisions matching an inferior structure aboard an inferior ship. Truly, this is a hegemonic vessel.
Anyways, you make your way to the bridge. The captain is sitting there, looking. So clearly, he is doing his like everyone on the bridge is currently doing their damnedest to try to. Well, okay. So what's been happening is it turns out that when you get to the bridge, what you find is a mess. Because it turns out there are some localized failures in the inertial dampeners.
Oh no.
It's not as bad as it could have been, but yeah, everyone who's on the bridge is very, very dead. They're not, splatters on the wall, but their broken bodies are sort of slumped up on on chairs and such, and consoles and such.
Well, it looks like I left at a good time earlier on.
You did actually, yes. That was very fortunate. It turns out.
Well, this will make things easier.
And you hear a voice in the console. Hello? Is there anybody there? On the bridge? Hello?
Do you want there to be anybody here?
Oh, thank God there's someone there. I need readings from the... If there's anyone from the bridge can give me readings. Our damage control is well damaged. And at least our location here in engineering. Could you give us the readings on whether the power systems are fluctuating or not?
The power structure is fluctuating given the lack of commanding officers that are alive.
That I don't care about at the moment. I care more about whether the ship's about to explode or not.
I will check.
Well, I can check as well. We can both check with our fixes,
Yes.
I believe.
Yes. Both of you can give me a fix-it roll, yes. Or an appropriate roll, I should say, yeah.
Ooh. That was not good for me, but...
all right, Carl.
I did relatively well.
Yes, you rolled a 14. KO, the power levels are in fact fluctuating. KO, but you're not. But you're not. Yes, they're fluctuating. Carl, they're fluctuating, and but outside design parameters for basically any ship's power system that you're aware of.
Fluctuations are well outside safety protocols.
Fuck. All right. I need someone on the bridge to start initiating a crash detranslation. Otherwise, the ship's gonna be. The ship is not gonna last. We need to drop out of hyperspace now.
Is that a pilot roll or a fix-it roll?
That is a piloting roll of some sort. That is a drive roll.
It's the dry roll.
Okay. It's like I'm like...
And hopefully,
Kale's gonna say something.
And hopefully a navigation roll from somebody if someone's got a navigation skill.
Well, I have info navigation and driving 15.
Great.
And Petro has driving 13. So we can,
Which roll do you want first, Peter?
Give me the navigation roll first, so you can try to at least try to find a way an eddy to drop into.
Wow, that was
Ungood.
Yeah,
That was ungood.
A 7. That's actually, honestly, that is actually good enough to find what you think you have spotted up ahead an eddy to dive into. Assuming that you guys can actually get the ship pointed in the right direction with the piloting roll.
And let's. All right, 13. Wow, I've been getting like exploding negative dice multiple times in a row.
I'm gonna throw a fortune onto this one. Not that I needed to.
I wonder why. Oh yeah, you have your own macros. That's what you're doing. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, so 22. Okay, between the two of you, you get the ship diving into an eddy in the rift, and you crash back out of hyperspace into real space. You all hear a horrible screeching noise from somewhere in the ship, As you hear a couple of Wilhelm screams before you hear bulkhead slam closed. And you hear the chief engineer say, "Well, we made it out. The hyperdrive seems to have fallen off, and we have a hole in that section of the ship. Also, main power is probably going to go down in a bit. We're going to be running on backups."
Well, the weight reduction will make maneuvering easier, so that's a positive.
Yeah. Do we have any idea where the hell we are?
Checking systems will reply if I have an answer worth relaying.
Sure.
Oh, we're right here. Obviously.
During this whole thing, Daidoji has just taken a sitting posture over in a corner, and she just kind of starts to meditate.
All right, 25.
Peter, that was a double exploding positive die.
Yeah,
there.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Skitch. Problem 1. You are not on the charts as near as you can tell. Well, correction. You basically, navigation basically tells you the navigation system tells you have no idea where you are. However, your knowledge of charts is so good that you are 100% certain that you are at least still in the unclaimed territory. You're somewhere in the unclaimed territories. Basically, by the time you're like, okay, by how long we were in the rift, and given that we're not on any navigational charts, there's literally only one solution. We can't have gone far enough to be outside known space. Therefore, we are in the unclaimed territories somewhere. But the ship's navigation computers basically has like no data available, which is like, oh fuck. All right, in that case, you're somewhere basically towards the middle of the unclaimed territories. Which means there are no available star maps for this area that you're aware of.
Did you find a habitable system within range?
On the plus side, yes, you in fact do see that there is at least one. There's at least one planet within. So from the information you're getting from the engineering team, so the ship's power systems are going to pack up soon and die. So you have enough power to probably be able to limp to a planet and make some sort of re-entry, hopefully safely. If you try to do anything but make it to a planet, well, power is going to die completely in the ship, which means that the organics will die from lack of life support, and then non-organics will die from lack of power eventually.
Well,
But there's a planet over there. There seems to be some sort of radio signal coming from that you're picking up, Sketch. In fact, you're picking up what you think is actually a navigational beacon from like a starport. But like you're too far out to get any clean communications at the moment.
KO relays information as necessary about this.
Yep.
Carl has removed the captain's chair and is now squatting in its place.
Okay. Captain Darkar sort of walks onto the bridge. Ah, you've taken the bridge from me. Excellent. Well, I will seize this ship in my...
Torso swings around. Have you finished your duties?
I do not work for you. I am the captain. I run ships. I do not work for other people.
You're speaking to the only remaining crew member of the bridge and the current acting captain of the ship.
Medford just kind of like shrugs. It's like he gives a salute to the weird crab robot in the captain's chair.
The lizard is in the room too. Like a slithery tongue comes out and like licks around her eyeball.
If you've completed your assigned duties and required, then engineering could use your help. Please head to that area and follow the engineer's instructions. We are currently en route to a possible starport. I will swing around, dismissing her.
Look, the conversation's over. He pivoted the captain's chair around. Like,
if you could be so kind as to set course for that starport, it would probably be wise to attempt communications or emit a SOS beacon.
You hear sort of faint sputtering noises from behind. Fine. I'll go help the engineers. They can. If I want to live, it's probably the best idea. Freaking stupid robots. Stomp.
Impressive. He's not a complete idiot.
That's Captain Dakar, the least notorious pirate in the Terran Hegemony.
Yes, I'm reading her files now. She's unimpressive.
But you have heard of me.
Kinda.
I'll get on the intercom down to Gen Pop.
Okay.
Please report. Any living. Please report who's still alive down there.
You get a report that there's like a smattering of like basically sort of you might be able to assemble a skeleton crew for a normal sized ship from what you got left, but not by much.
Okay.
Also, it looks like one or two of these security goons has surrendered. There are a couple of security like other parts of the ship that are like, yeah, no, we give.
A wise decision.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, some of them are not complete idiots.
That's because Metro has shot all the ones that are idiots.
Pretty much.
I'm not getting paid enough for this shit.
Yeah, basically, yeah, we do not get paid anywhere near enough for this bullshit. All right, you eventually enter the communications range of the planet. This is Starport Barataria. Please identify yourselves.
I think this might be a good thing for Metro to come in onto the line and try to bullshit with some law enforcement. It's like, hey, this is what was the ship number again?
Transport 93, I think. Yes.
Like this is Terran Hegemony Transport 93. We are experiencing some severe technical difficulties. We need to come in for emergency repairs. Over.
Another hegemony ship. Jesus freaking. Transport.
Yeah.
Wait, you're an official hegemony ship. Okay, yeah, sure. We'll give you a flight path in. Follow the following coordinates, and we'll give you a landing spot. We'll have engineering teams on the ground ready to assist you. Transport 93, absolutely.
KO does not know what he distrusts. They distrust more, the cop or these fake directions we're getting.
Okay, the directions look like they are actually accurate to you.
So
I listen, Peter.
I have
The
a
way
question for you. Would detective to discern
that is a
malicious
valid
intent?
Absolutely, is a valid use for that skill. Yes.
Using that right now. Man,
A 6. They don't. Okay, I'll say this, they don't sound trustworthy, but you can't determine the intent.
Dajoji will stand and head over towards the comms. If it makes any difference to you, the current crew is not of the hegemony. The ship is, but the crew is not.
Oh, that doesn't matter one whit to us. Just follow the coordinates in, and we'll make sure to we have repair teams in position to help you.
As you wish.
Over the intercom. We've secured docking at a facility. However, there might be complications with the Port Authority. Arm yourselves and prepare to be boarded.
Right. All right. You hear on the comms. This is Dakar. Did you catch the name of this the port we're landing at?
Eric doesn't remember it, but Carl
right, yeah.
sure.
Barataria.
Port Barataria.
Oh hell. Okay. By the way, Ash, you can give me a cop roll for this also, but
And
I like how we're calling the skill cop instead of police.
that's why I call it law enforcement.
that's fine. Yep, 12. The name sounds familiar, but you can't put your finger on it. And
I've heard of this. I've heard this report, and that's probably not a good thing.
Darkara says, "Yeah, this is Bartaria. From what I'm hearing, from my context, I've never been here, but this is a fairly well-known pirate port in the unclaimed territories, from what I understand. So if keep your head, yeah, just saying, they're likely pirates down there.
I will stand at the front.
Mr. Carr, given your special knowledge of the area, perhaps you should take point on dealing with Port Authority, such as it is.
You know what? Sure. I want to get through this alive, so what the hell? Why not? And you seem to actually have you at least seem to be willing to listen to good advice, so that's something.
I will join you at the airlocks.
Fair enough. We'll
And-
sort out who's actually in charge later. That's not important right now.
Daidoji will abdicate the bridge.
I'll stay down here and helping engineering until we're down, though.
Good, they could probably use the help.
Oh God, do they? It's worse than they made it sound. God, this ship's a piece of shit. How old is this thing, anyways? You hear her say,
According to the registry, 317 years.
oh, jeez.
And poorly maintained by their records.
Those records are not even accurate. It's actually 324 years old. They lied about it by 5 years in order to get a rate adjustment on their insurance for the ship.
So on her way out, Daidoji
Annoyed
is-
dial-up noises.
Victor's just shaking his head. Those scumbags.
on her way out, Daidoji is just going to kind of like calmly but incredibly violently slam her wrist against just like any wall to just kind of like crack the manacle
Sure.
that's like covering half of her forearm.
Yep.
She's going to slip her arm out of that, put it around the sword, and kind of have it be like a makeshift like hand sheath so that she can hold it in her offhand.
Fair enough. All right. So, it's going to take a little while for you to get to the planet because you can't move at full speed for what I like to call
Right.
your
At some point, I'm going to head down to engineering and help out.
Fair enough.
And I'll probably grab Gaudamarang's sword at some point and just like run a few plasma cutters and heat welds over it just to make sure it's actually good. I've got fix it, and I've got like
Oh, do you mean like the improvised sword here?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or unless there's a good sword. Actually, is there a decent close combat weapon for her in the manifest?
There's not. I'll put it this way: there's not a katana. There's not her favorite weapon here at the moment. For what I'd call obvious reasons.
The one intelligent move they made is that they shipped her and her weapon separately.
But there are some.
I
Sorry, go ahead.
I
They
imagine.
bought it its own seat.
Yeah, I was gonna say they probably did the same thing with Metro's firearm.
Actually, no. Your firearm's just locked up.
Oh, just like that. That's good.
You have the shtick signature weapon. She doesn't.
Ah, there
That
we
means
go.
you can't
I
be
will be
permanently-
getting that. I don't have that now.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, like from my perspective, the one thing I'm sort of thinking about here is just like, okay, for my character, the whole custom vehicle thing.
I actually have an idea for that, which we'll talk to you about off stream.
I have an idea, Peter, and I think it's gonna be a pretty good one. So we'll have to there. So.
Yes. All right. So you start approaching you're getting closer to the planet. It is in fact a gigantic ice ball.
That's good because we're on fire.
Well, that works great for my processors anyway.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah,
big
I'll-
frozen rock in space, and you can see the spaceport as you get closer. This is definitely like everything like to Metro. Yeah, this place reeks of piracy. Like the planet you're going to is like this whole system just feels like, yeah, not the safest place. But eventually you get guide beacons to guide you down. As you're coming in for a landing, there aren't that many other ships on the ground at the moment. There's several ships that are sort of in orbit above the spaceport, and it looks like they've basically been shuttling stuff down because most of them are not atmospheric capable. This is a prison transport, therefore it is, well, was, it sort of still is technically. And you do manage to make reentry intact, and you land sort of intact. But you do hear the structure does make horrible groaning noises. The one thing you do note, right. Does anybody have any knowledge skills relating to the hegemony? Actually, no. I want Skitch, you and Metro can give me driving rolls, actually, now that I think about it.
All right.
9 for you. And KO? 13. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, Eric, there are a couple of nice looking ships out there on the tarmac, on the landing pads. KO. One of the ships there is, it looks like, you swear to God that looks like a hegemony ship. Like a hegemonic naval ship. But it's not quite right. It looks like it's been modified to make it look not like one. But there are elements you're like, yeah, that's like a light corvette. It's got a small sort of it's got a small sort of it's got a small craft bay up front. It looks, actually, hang on, I'll show you a picture of it in here. I actually have a picture of it for you guys that I will show you. Looks like that.
Pointy. It's pointy.
Nice.
I like pointy.
But yeah, there's a big there's an oversized shuttle bay for a ship of its size.
That's a big Vic Viper.
Yeah, it does look like a Vic Viper.
But yes, you are landing at Starport Bateria, though.
Running over the manifest, is there any contraband or valuables that we could use for trade?
Well, there are a lot of weapons and stuff.
Good enough.
You guys are
Lots and lots of weapons.
There's probably some contraband, like evidence and such, is being shipped to the and such, but mostly just like there is the security staff's weapons, the armories are like right there, and a few other things that are like and some stuff in the bay that was being brought to the research facility, so at the prison you were being sent to.
Which is probably now incorporated into my chassis.
Some of it is, yeah, probably. That's probably where you got the particle blaster that's in your head. But yes. It does occur to, so I'm going to say this. It occurs to some of you, I'm not going to say who, that if you were to decide to try to nick something here, the tone that the quote port authorities seem to have, they're not too fond of the hegemony, is all I'm going to say. That may mean something to KO, given what KO figured out about the ship. Also, anybody who has a skill that would be sort of tied to like knowing things about the hegemony military, you may make a roll for that. I'll see if you can spot the ship or not.
I could do an unskilled roll.
You probably you fought against. I'll give you the unskilled roll, sure, because you've been trying to overthrow the hegemony to a certain degree, so sure. Right. So you paid some attention to it. Yet no.
So this would be an extreme stretch.
Okay.
But ships are made of metal, and I am trained in metallurgy.
Yeah, no.
I probably am familiar with their alloy.
You'd have to get closer to it to look at it to get that pick up on that. But you give me an untrained roll if you'd like.
Sure.
Again, you have enough.
Yeah. One thing I'm concerned about from KO's standpoint, is depending on the circles, KO is a celebrity, Peter.
Yeah, they would know you out here.
It just depends on the circle, but he's also he's very hegemony looking, I
True.
guess is kind of the point there.
Oh, that's fair.
Because in short, he was formerly the mascot of the
Right.
the
Of a fairly well-known
Volkswagen
company. Yeah, that's
Yes.
a fair point.
He basically the official title that they had was Master Co-Driver, as opposed to the president of the company, who was the master driver that tested every production vehicle before they went into production.
Right.
So that's what they like. So he looks expensive, is all I'm gonna say.
Sure.
Caleb looks expensive.
Sure. But yes, I will say this: if you, I'll put it this way: the ship you're on is not salvageable. Really, there's no fixing it at this point.
Right.
So if you want to get off this rock, you're gonna need to find a way to get a ship, and you are not gonna be able to buy one with what you've got on the ship.
Yeah.
So if you want one, you're probably gonna have to nick it.
I'm okay with that.
I figured you would be. I'll say this:
Technically,
Captain Darkar, totally down. That's pirate modus operandi, really. I mean,
Metro's like, technically, we're not within the authority of the Terran Hegemony
you very
anymore.
much are not. No.
So,
Well, actually, the hegemony would beg to differ.
he's a little bit of a realist about the actual situation.
It's de jure, maybe. De facto, hell no.
Right.
He's like, so technically, I'm not breaking the law.
Technically.
Or
All
at
right.
least the laws I care about.
So you land, the ship lands, and there are what look like outside. There are a bunch of what look like basically it's a bunch of it's very clearly port security. There are a bunch of mercs and piratey types that are sort of surrounding, like going, "Aha, we're totally gonna." Oh, that's not even worth looting. What the fuck? That's a piece of crap. It's not worth stealing.
It's a piece of junk.
So the ship lands, makes horrible groaning noises and creaking. And you can see you can't see the look on their faces; it's too far. But they have a look of, I shouldn't have gotten out of bed.
As they're staring at it, like, oh, wing falls off.
It basically sitting there and like
Snaps and it falls in on itself.
yeah, like like one of the gun turrets sort of just falls off. And about half the crowd just starts walking away. As as Daidoji and Captain Darkar sort of are there to meet the crowd, they're like, thought you all said this was a hegemony ship.
Oh, it is. It's not a very good one.
Oh.
It's also not an official one because they don't officially have this ship.
Oh, fuck. Oh, is this like a prison transport or something like that?
You're very astute.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Precisely. I would not wear these terrible garments otherwise.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, you guys are like the prisoners who took. You guys are gonna fit in well here. All right, never mind.
That's very bold of you to assume. But
Well, better than a hegemonic official hegemonic crew. Welcome to the paradise that is Barataria. That ship is technically still a ship. God. We'll have to charge you for for the landing pad for at least a little while, at least until you can either have it taken off
by
or
all means,
sell it for scrap. I don't know.
By all means, you are entitled to the scrap. There is no favor amongst us for the condition or continued existence of this wreck.
Fair enough.
Consider that our compensation.
That's at least scrap metal. Might be some decent parts on it. We'll let you offload what you guys want to keep. And if we tell you what, we'll negotiate the exact sort of. If you guys want to donate the chassis to the port for spares, I guess will probably cover the cost of actually dealing with landing and taking the parts apart. You want to offload anything you want? Go ahead. Fuck. I'm surprised you guys lived in that thing. Like, wait, is that a hole where the hyperdrive area is supposed to be on that hull?
Good eye.
Like I can see like the reactor behind. Fuck.
There was a hyperspace accident.
Ah. Well, God. As I said, welcome to Barataria. Yeah. The guy in charge of the port will come out to negotiate the details of the landing. I'll go let him know what the deal is, and that
Before you go,
yeah.
do you have any good restaurants nearby?
Depends on how you define good, I guess.
The lizard comes up to Daidoji, dragging a corpse behind her. Like set it down, looks up at Daidoji proudly.
Daidoji will not look, but will just kind of reach out and stroke the head of the lizard. Whatever would be the best you can offer.
Well,
Preferably something that would be able to sate myself and my friend here. I can't guarantee much if she is lacking in sustenance otherwise.
well, if you
As
want
can see.
quantity, go to the Rusty Bucket. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet type place. The food's okay, not the best, but it's plentiful and reasonably priced.
That sound is acceptable.
And their drinks are okay, I guess. The best quality food's probably the Flamin' Dutchman up the way, but they're you guys are probably want to sell off some stuff so you have some actual like funding to pay for stuff before. Yeah. So if you want to sell stuff off, after again you guys have to wait to head over there till the dock master comes and talks to you about the the landing and such. But if you need to sell stuff off, there's a pawn shop off to the there's a place you can sell stuff off. 2 points over that way. You can't miss the place. It's the obvious sort of place to sell shit. And if there's stuff you need to buy, you might be able to buy it there.
Understood. I'll allow.
And if you need somewhere to stay for the night, there's if you need somewhere cheap, there's a flop house off that way. There's a hotel type place off near the Rusty Bucket.
Daidoji will turn to the comm to the side that everyone who is still on the bridge will be able to hear.
Okay.
I'm going to go to this Rusty Bucket with my friend here. I will leave all of the negotiations to you. And with that, she'll just kind of leave.
Okay. Okay. All right.
All right, I'm gonna. Is there an internet on this planet?
Not here.
Is there Wi-Fi I can connect to?
Actually, yes, there is.
All right, time to start digging around and learning what I can about this planet.
Well, there's no official colony here. This is officially nobody has laid claim to this planet. There's nobody here, but it's very clearly it's a reasonably well hidden pirate base, basically. Port for pirates and ne'er-do-wells and such. There are a couple. I haven't worked up the full details on what the local political scene is yet. I will do that before next session. But there are some local sort of there's some minor sort of local governments in nearby systems that know there's a pirate base out here somewhere, but aren't certain where and really haven't been able to track it down. And piracy is reasonably lucrative in this area.
All right. Next question.
Yep.
What's security like for the various ships docked?
Well,
does anyone care?
Okay, so there are 3 ships on the ground beyond other than yours. There are two pirate ships that always leave at least a quarter of the crew behind to keep a watch on the place.
Mm-hmm.
The 3rd ship, which is the Hegemony ship, is officially The third ship, which is the totally not a hegemony corvette, no, not at all, is officially a mercenary cruiser, quote cruiser, and they always leave a small squad of mercs behind to watch the ship while the rest of the crew's out doing stuff. Nobody's really tangled with them because the mercs have been paying very well and are very, very well armed, and look like they look and act like pros.
All right.
But yeah, like you also can from what you can read about that, like nobody like officially, like, you know, you're not supposed to steal ships from the ground here, but like,
right,
yeah,
We're not gonna get shot taking off.
Nobody
Yeah,
likes the mercs. I'll put it that way.
right.
They pay well, but they're not liked.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is take the fancy ship. That way we don't piss off the local pirate crews.
Yeah, like the two smaller pirate ships are part of larger crews,
Right.
larger sort of pirate crews. So like they're both part of they both work for the same main boss whom I've not named yet. Sorry about that.
Commodore. The Commodore.
Sure, the Commodore. They both work for the Commodore.
As opposed to the Amiga. Got it.
Yes.
What we don't know is that this crew has been around for a long time, so the current Commodore is actually the 64th in a line of Commodores.
Exactly. Sure, why not?
Wait till you see the 128th, and you'll see some real shit.
All right. So I think this is a good break point.
All right.
If that's good for you all.
All right.
All right, so we're going to wrap up here. We'll be picking this up next time. I'm not sure when that'll be exactly. Nick, you're not around for the next couple weeks, correct?
That's right. Yeah. So the Gretel the Gecko is going to mysteriously be missing for a little while.
Yes.
And no one's going to know where she's gone to. But you
She'll show up again later sometime.
Doji will probably have an idea, but not care.
What is everybody else's schedule for next week?
I'm going to be out of town next week.
Okay, you're out of town next week. We'll be down 2 people next week. Might want to punt for next week. We'll talk about it off stream.
We'll talk about off stream.
All right. So I'm not sure. We'll either be back next week or the week after with this, and then we'll probably get back to D&D after that. But this game will pop up again in future because this is going to be a lot of fun, I think. But yes, you have landed on you have survived the prison break and are now on a pirate port. Hooray!
Hooray.
If you're watching us on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. We'll be back in the near future with more shenanigans. And maybe next time they'll probably be stealing a ship. At a guess. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.